On me. Hey. Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Mikey Sue's here at ChattyBloggerMS. And decided to go ahead and uh, finish up a few of the episodes from season 4. What I plan on doing right now tonight, hopefully, if I can, without the what going off, is and my wife just stepped out to get us a nice dessert and stuff. So for our anniversary. So appreciate that, my love. So I'm going to try to do 3 episodes here to cover real quick. And then tomorrow sometime, probably later in the evening, I would say, or early morning, well, more likely the evening, because I want to see episodes 7 and 8 from Starfleet Academy with, Crazy Horse and with Jim's Landscape, and hopefully Sci-Fi Nation too, so we can catch up. Because I really am looking forward to episode 9 and 10, because in episode 9, Jonathan Frakes from TNG, who played William T. Riker, is going to direct. So I'm highly looking forward to that episode. And then of course 10. And as far as I've heard, there's about 3 more episodes left that might be going into season 2 per se. So we'll see what happens with that, or it might be continuation of season 1. Just don't know. It's there's still a lot of people who say it's woke. They hate it. They hate the gay man, that Jaden plays, the Klingon, the actor who plays him. I think he does him fine. I have really no issue with that. And I'm sorry that some people do, but it's okay. It's okay. You have every right to your opinion, and that's true, totally true. But anyway, let's get to Get Smart. That being said, so I'm going to finish. Like I said, I'm looking at finishing 21, 22, and 23. Those episodes of season 4, and then the final 3 episodes will be sometime tomorrow, probably later Monday afternoon or so. Like I say, because I want to see the episodes from Academy first. So yeah, that would be episodes 24, 25, and 26. So we're going to look at that. And right now, deleted scenes starring Stephen Offen just finished his stream. So if you get a chance, go check it out. And Fam Toby was doing a live stream showing Luigi Mansion number 3, playing some of the game and chatting with people. So yeah, go check him out too. I made sure I downloaded both, and if you want a chance to see them, if you are friends with them, check them out, please. Toby and Steven. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next episode. Now, remember, this was the continuation of To Sire with Love, which I talked about last time. That was episode 20, which featured the late James Caan. I really miss him. But anyway, To Sire with Love Part 2. Again, that's the King of Coronia. That's Max Wellsmart's double. Agent 86 is in Washington staying with the Smarts, and even his wife 99 can't tell them apart. And that also got an 8.1 out of 10 from 185 people. That premiered on Saturday, February 22nd, 1969. And then episode 22 is called Shaka to Me. And electronic equipment shipments by truck are being stolen by those who are listed as deceased. Can Chaos bring back its agents for an encore performance? And that's Saturday, March 1st, 1969. And that was seen by 172 people, a 7.6 out of 10, which is pretty close to a B minus. So actually, I just kind of round these up. They're all going to be B grades to me, because I think they're pretty decent episodes. And then episode 23 is called Leadside. And Leadside is a wheelchair-bound mastermind who swears to destroy Control and kill 86. Think Ironside. Yeah. Saturday, March 8th, 1969 is when that came out. 176 people have watched it, and it got an 8.0 out of 10. So there you go. I mean, each of those episodes do deserve at least a B grade. The next upgrade to B. So that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, we'll go through those one at a time. As I said, we don't do the quotes and we don't do any goofs, but we go over the basic stuff, trivia, and production, and and if there's any crazy credits or if there's any songs which are featured. Okay, so To Sire with Love Part 2 was directed by Jay Sandrich. The writers were Don Adams and Gloria Burton, and of course the usual cast. We did talk about John Doucette and James Caan. And so this time, yeah, and then we talked about them last time. So this time, we're going to talk about Keith Hefner, who plays a Chaos Agent, and Don Rickles returns as a guard. Yeah, we talked about him already. Yeah, so we'll just talk about Keith Hefner this time. I'm going to try to avoid the people that don't have pictures of themselves. That's why I did talk about John Doucette and James Caan in their mini bios real quickly. But just to let you know that Robert Carvelis again reappeared as Larrabee in this. Also, there was Eddie Heiss. He was a Chaos Agent, uncredited. Pat McCormick. I know about Pat McCormick. He was Otto, uncredited. And then, of course, like I said, Don Rickles made a guest appearance, a cameo as a guard, uncredited, because of his best friend, Don Adams. Yeah. Rickles and Adams were both comedians in the day, and they knew each other. So, yeah, very cool. Alrighty. So, let's see. All right. And we got Crazy Horse. Hey, Mikey. Welcome. Welcome, Crazy. How you doing, Crazy? Good to see you, brother. Have you recovered from last night, my friend? 3 different streams, dude. I did 2 streams of the 3 with you and lovely Alice, and then I did my my best friend Chrissy's one of my best friend Chrissy's brain benders banter last night. Oh my god, dude, I was exhausted. Aw, Crazy says nope. Aw. Oh, Crazy. Why I love talking to you, brother. Hey, Monday, 2:00 p.m. Eastern. Would that be perfect to go and watch episodes 7 and 8 from Starfleet Academy? Yeah, we can invite Jim. You want to invite Jason also, we can do that. You still want to do the Academy watch? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yeah. I got it. I wrote it down. 2 p.m. My time. Yes. Yes, you just read my mind. Yes, I did. I can do that now. You know who taught me that? Suzanne. ESP. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you, Crazy. It's good to see you. And I hope that Alice had a great birthday. I hope she had a great time. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. I hope you guys are not going to get a lot of snow. We're getting 4 to 5 inches. Yep, sounds like a plan. Totally cool. Yeah, we're getting about 4 to 5 inches of snow coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what she said. 4 to 5 inches. Ooh, you're small. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm hilarious. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Awesome. Thank you, Crazy. Yeah. So Monday afternoon, 2 p.m. Mental note. Okay. All right. All right. So let's see here. Okay, so let's look at trivia. All righty. James Caan, as I said, he appeared as a favor to his friend Don Adams. He did refuse credit, so the credits will read Rupert of Raskeller as himself. And Maxwell Smart quotes the famous line, "He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day." He credits it to the author Sabatini, but it is actually a quote from the Roman historian Tacitus. And the title is based on the movie To Serve with Love, which has a great theme song, which came out in 1967. Okay. And I don't see any crazy credits or soundtracks. And as you know, everything, unless it was filmed somewhere else, everything was filmed interior-wise at Paramount Studios there in Hollywood. So very cool. All right. And as we said, we'll just look at one person here for this continuing episode, and that is Keith Hefner. So we'll look at him here. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, we did lose the actor Keith Hefner back in 2016. I don't know if he had any relationship to the late Hugh Hefner that ran Playboy and the Mansion. I don't know. So I guess I could look him up on that real quick. He was born on January 5th, 1929, in Chicago, Illinois. He was known for Star 80 in 1983. That was based on one of these actresses who passed away mysteriously. Get Smart in 65, and then Fever Pitch in 1985. He was married to three different ladies: Kaya Ukas, Rafaela Louise Ray, R-A-E, Angelico, and Deborah Mary Keener Kartsonakis. He died on April 8th, 2016, in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, California. He was 87 years old. In Star 80, he played a photographer in 83. And of course, he was in these two parts, to Sire with Love, episodes 20 and 21, season 4. Fever Pitch, he played Sweeney in 1985. And in the same year, he was in a movie called Evil Town, where he plays Harry. And that was his last appearance in anything. Evil Town in 1985 as Harry, which only got a 3.8 stars. Yeah, not a very good horror film. Let me take a look at see if he has any relation. He did pass away from cancer, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Hugh Hefner was a sibling. Whoa. He was the younger brother of Hugh Hefner. So Hugh Hefner got the Playboy Mansion, the Bunnies, and the Empire, and his younger brother went into acting. Okay. It says here that this I'm sorry, hold on. It says here that Keith went into a stroke. He had a stroke in 1985. And both his parents, Glenn Hefner and Grace Hefner, were from Phelps County, Nebraska. And he's the uncle of Christy Hefner, David Paul Hefner, Marston Hefner, and Cooper Hefner. And he hosted two local kids' TV shows back in his career. Mr. Toby's Tip Top Merry-Go-Round was on Channel 13 in Baltimore, Maryland in the early 1950s. And he was the fourth and last host performer, J.J. Jellybean, of a different channel in New York City called Time for Fun, that Johnny Jellybean show, which ran weekday afternoons and mornings from Monday, August 23rd, 1958 to Friday, June 24th, 1960. And he is the brother-in-law of Crystal Hefner. He is the ex-brother-in-law of Mildred Williams and Kimberly Conrad. He was a songwriter, composer, and author, educated at Northwestern University. He had a Bachelor of Science degree, joining ASCAP in 1958. And some of his songs are called Time for Fun, Finger Song, I Like to Fly, and Safety Song. So, Keith Hefner, the younger brother of Hugh. Nice. I didn't know if they did have relationship or not, and now it's confirmed that it's so. But I'm sorry he did pass away from cancer. That's a shame. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and take a look at the other the next episode here tonight from season 4. Okay. And I'm glad to have Crazy Horse in the chat with us tonight. Thank you, Brother Crazy Horse. Appreciate you. You and Alice. Alice, who is only 22. No, she turned 42, I know. And today we did celebrate the birthday of our friend Jim's Landscape. He turned 63. We also celebrated our 16 years together, me and Suzanne. We met each other online back on March 1st of 2010, and we've been happy ever since. So that's very, very cool stuff. Okay, so the next episode is called Shock It To Me. And that was also directed by Jay Sandrich and Arnie Sultan and Chris Hayward wrote the episode. And in this one, we already took a look at Sid Haig, but I think we'll do one more check on him. We'll also look at Milton Parsons, who plays Mr. Obler, Sid Haig, who plays Bruce. Yeah. Tom Poston was in it. Larrabee, Robert Carvelis came back. Tom Poston, we did talk about him previous, but he came in as Dr. Zarko, and there was a man named Claude Johnson. He might have been one of those unalive type guys, assassins. So, yeah. So we will look at two of those guys. Okay. And hello, Sir Lemon. Welcome. Welcome back, brother. Lemon Pie Citrus says hello. Hey, Lemon from Crazy. Hey, Crazy Horse. And hello from Jim. Oh, you got my message. Good, Jim. Good. Yeah. Commodore Productions, who was part of our panel earlier tonight. Happy birthday again to you, Jim. He says hello. And hi, Lemon from Jim. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are all here in the chat for us. Okay, so let's get to this next episode. All right, two different films are parodied in this episode. The mad scientist and his hunchback assistant who bring the dead back to life using lightning as a power source is a parody of the 1931 film Frankenstein. Meanwhile, the location of the laboratory in an underground cavern where the scientist brings the dead back to life to commit crimes is a parody of the 1942 film serial Gangbusters. Tom Poston was the original choice to play Maxwell Smart when the series was being developed. Well, that's interesting. The title is a parody on the Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In from 1967 catchphrase, usually shouted by Judy Carn, "Suck it to me." "Suck it to me, baby." In response, she would be drenched with a couple buckets of water for comic effect. And the episode is a parody of the Gangbusters movie serials. And Obler, the man at the morgue, seems to be a tribute to Ark Obler, the writer-producer of Lights Out and other radio show thrillers. At one point, Obler's silhouette can be seen at the door as he eavesdrops. This alludes to Alfred Hitchcock Presents, the master of suspense. So cool. Alrighty. That is cool. All right. Yep, and all the interiors there are Paramount Studios. Okay. All right, so let's see. Yeah, should we do everybody or just do the two I mentioned? Okay, so we'll look at Sid Haig and Milton Parsons. We'll go into mini bios on them. But with Claude and Tom, let's see when they passed away. Let's see. Okay, we lost Claude Johnson in 2009. He was born May 17th, 1938 in Layson County, California, and he died May 18th, 2009 in Los Angeles. He was 71 years of age. And then we'll look at Tom Poston. And Tom Poston, we did lose him in 2007. Both worked as an actor and in soundtrack. And he was born October 17th, 1921, and he died April 30th, 1980, April 30th, 2007. He was 85 years of age, and he did win one Primetime Emmy in his career. And he is known for Christmas with the Cranks, the Newhart TV series where he was George Utley for 184 episodes. He was Mr. Bickley in Mork and Mindy TV series where he worked for 54 episodes. And then he was in a movie called The Old Dark House in 1963. And then, like I said, he was Father Zabriskie in Christmas with the Cranks, which featured Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen in 2004. That's cool. Yeah, just before he died, so I think that was one of his last roles. Okay. And let's see. Let's take a look at Sid Haig. And as you know, Sid Haig played Captain Jack Spaulding, that horror person. Yeah. Tall, bald, and nearly always bearded. Sid Haig provided hulking menace to many a low-budget exploitation film and high-priced action film. He was born Sidney Eddie Mosesian on July 14, 1939 in Fresno, California, a screaming ball of hair. His parents, Roxy, Moradian, and Haig Mosesian, an electrician, were of Armenian descent. July 14th, 1939, then he died one day before my birthday, September 21st, 2019. He was the age of 80 years old. So, yeah, and in 2019, I had just turned the age of 54 then. Boy, that was so many years ago. Yeah, he came to play Captain Jack Spaulding, the uh, made up clown that was a real badass guy, in 2003 and 2005. In 2003, The House of 1,000 Corpses. In 2005, with The Devil's Rejects. He was Buddy in a movie called Bone Tomahawk, sorry, in 2015. And in between his appearances as Spaulding, he was Jay in Kill Bill Volume 2 with David Carradine and the rest in 2004. And in 2023, his voice was lent uh, posthumously in a movie called Abruptio and Unalive for Beginners in 2022, and Hanukkah in both 2019 as Judah Lazarus, and Three from Hell, Captain Spaulding, for the last time in 2019, and Barry in the Unalive for Beginners. I don't want to say the 7-letter S word because it might get me taken down. Don't want to do that. But he worked as an actor, producer, second unit director, or assistant director. So rest in peace, Sid Haig. And my friend Barry, or excuse me, my friend and brother Patrick Wise talked about him. He did get his signature and everything. So that's pretty cool. All right. And then Milton Parsons, who played Mr. Obler as an actor. He was born on May 19th, 1904 in Gloucester, Massachusetts. He's known for The Hidden Hand in 1942, The Twilight Zone in 1959, and The Senator Was Indiscreet in 1947. He was married to Colette Russell Humphrey. He died on May 15th, 1980 in Los Angeles County, California. He was 75. He also appeared in The Music Man with Robert Preston. So The Hidden Hand, he was John Channing in 1942. In the Twilight Zone TV series, he appeared in 3 different episodes. From season 3, episode 13, Once Upon a Time, as Professor Gilbert, who was uncredited in 1961. Then in 1963, he was uncredited as a scientist in season 4, episode 12, called I Dream of Jeannie, spelled Genie, and that's before Barbara Eden showed up on the scene in black and white. And then season 4, episode 13, the very next episode, The New Exhibit, where he played Henri Desire Landru. Interesting. And his Landru was just before they did Landru in the original TOS Star Trek series. That's interesting. The last thing he appeared in was The Love Affair, the Eleanor and Lou Gehrig story about Lou Gehrig's disease. He was a driver in that, and that was in 1978 that he appeared in that. Plus, he appeared in a lot of other TV series like Macmillan and Wife, Little House on the Prairie. Like I said, he was in The Music Man with Robert Preston. You know, that stands for pool. You know, there's a town of trouble. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Alrighty. So that is our second episode review for tonight, and we'll take a look at the third. Before we do, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat. And pleasantly, the chat has exploded. Very cool. Yep. So after Lemon said hello, hi Lemon, hey Lemon for Crazy, hey Crazy Horse from Lemon, hello Jim, and hi Lemon from Jim, hi Jim from Lemon, hi Horse, Jim. Okay, thanks Mikey for the shared birthday stream. Absolutely, you are so welcome, brother Jim. Thank you. Hakeem! Had enough? Hello, Hakeem, brother. Hey, Mikey, Crazy Horse, Lemons, and Jim. Hey, Hakeem from Jim. And Hakeem says, I saw Bone Tomahawk. It was a good movie, but it had a big gory scene. Yeah, Jack from Lost was in it too. Yeah, I know. I remember the movie myself, Hakeem. Yeah, pretty gory. Yeah, but it had Sid Haig. And we talked to Patrick Wise earlier tonight. Like I said, he was able not only to meet him in person, underneath all that makeup, he got to meet him as his regular guy, but he got a signature and everything, an autograph. So I'm jealous of Patrick right now. I love Jack Spaulding. Jack Spaulding was one of my favorite horror leaders and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. He was crazy, but he was cool. Yeah. Good actor. Good horror actor. Okay, so let's get to the last episode for tonight. Review. Like I said, I'll finish with the last three tomorrow. I'll let you know what those are soon. Okay, so Leadside, and directed by Gary Nelson, and it was written by Lloyd Turner and Gordon Mitchell. Of course, it featured the usual cast of characters, and we will take a look at last three people here. Larrabee, of course, Robert Carvelis came back. Okay, so Ronald Long was an actor that played Leadside in the wheelchair. Paul Carr was Norman, that was his helper. And then Annazette Chase was Kelly, an assistant. So that's cool. So yeah, we will look at those three real quick. First, we'll get to trivia. Okay, the control computer Aardvark, or spelled AARDVARC, says, what we have here is a failure to communicate, which is the quote from Cool Hand Luke. The Matt gag was previously used in The Amazing Harry Who in 1966, with Max pulling out the tack to the Chief's consternation. The title and script are a parody of the TV series Ironside in 1967, which of course featured the great William Conrad, complete with the villain using a wheelchair. The Control Master computer, as I said, is named Aardvark, which stands for Automated Reciprocal Data Verifier and Reaction Computer. See if you can say that 5 times fast. Okay. And let's see here. No soundtracks, okay. Paramount Studios, of course. And now we'll take a look at the cast and crew. Those three I mentioned. Okay. All right. Ronald Long, we did lose him in 1986 as an actor. He was born on January 30th, 1911 in London, England, and he's known for the Man from U.N.C.L.E. series in 64, the Time Tunnel series in 1966, and Play of the Week back in 1959. He died on October 23rd, 1986 in Burbank, California. He was 75. And in the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Series, he did play 2 episodes. From season 1, episode 29, it was called The Odd Man Affair in 65, where he plays Mr. Zed. And in 1965, he also was in season 2, episode 11, called The Virtue Affair, where he played Jacques Robespierre. Nice. Okay. In the TV series Play of the Week back in 1959, he did appear in 1 episode, and that was season 1, episode 2, The Power and the Glory, where he played Tench in that one. Then in the Time Tunnel, he appeared as Friar Tuck from season 1, episode 16, The Revenge of Robin Hood. And then in the DuPont Show of the Month in 1959, he appeared in 1 episode. Mr. Grimwig was his character, and that was season 3, episode 4, called Oliver Twist. So that's cool. And the last thing he worked in, he was a hotel clerk in a TV miniseries called Captains and the Kings. And the 1 episode was season 1, episode 6, called Chapter 6 in 1976. And before that, he was in Wonder Woman. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the TV movie, by the way, the one that featured, Kathy Lee, not the original, not Linda Carter, but the one that featured Kathy Lee Crosby, right? And in that he was a big spender in the TV movie in 1974. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So he got to start out uh, the career, the beginning of Wonder Woman on TV. That is awesome. 1974. Yeah. All right, awesome. So that was Ronald Long, and now we'll look at Paul Carr. And Paul Carr, unfortunately, we lost him in 2006. He was in a movie called The Bat People in 1974. He worked as an actor, producer, and on soundtrack. He was born on January 31st, 1934, in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was an actor and producer known for Star Trek in 1966. Yes, he appeared in the original series. He was in Akira in 1988, and he did appear in The Time Tunnel back in 66. And he was married twice. He was married to Marilee M. Hirsch and Evan McNeil. He died on February 17th, 2006 in LA. He was 72 years old. Okay. And he was Lieutenant Lee Kelso in the season 1, episode 3, original episode Where No Man Has Gone Before. That was the one that featured, Lockwood and Kellerman, Sally Kellerman, as Espers, Gary Lockwood. Yeah, that was great. That was the first real episode there after Man Trap. And then in the Time Tunnel in 66, he was on season 1, episode 3's episode called End of the World as Blaine, and season 1, episode 7, Revenge of the Gods as Paris in that one. Then in 1973, he was in a movie called Executive Action, where he was the gunman, Chris, from Team A. And in Akira, in 1988, he did the voice in the English version of the Old Man's Secretary, 2001. That was, one of those foreign language movies, and he did the English version voice for that later on in 2001 of the Old Man's Secretary. But as I said, the movie came out in 1988, so he did that service. The last thing he worked in, Ghost in the Shell, was called Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. It was a TV series from 2002 to 2005. He was the English version of a voice named Matsuoka. Wow, cool. So that was one of his last roles before he died in 2006. So rest in peace there, Paul. Okay. And finally, for tonight, we have Annazette Chase, who plays Kelly in this episode. And yes, the tried and true phrase stands true. Women outlive men. And Annazette Chase is still alive today. She was born December 18th, 1941 in Los Angeles, and an actress known for Truck Turner in 1974, The Toy in 1982, and The Greatest in 1977. So right now, she's the ripe old age of 84. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Annazette Chase. She is an African-American actress. Yeah, she's very cool. Okay. So in 1974, Truck Turner movie, she played Annie. In 1973, she played the China doll in The Mac. In 1977, in The Greatest, she was Belinda Ali. That was an early movie about Muhammad Ali. And then in The Toy, in 1982, she played the role of Angela. And the last thing she so far worked on, and I think after that she retired, she was in the TV series Benson. And in that, she played Linda in 1984. And the episode is called Double Date, Season 6, Episode 9. That is cool. All right, so that is the wonderful Annazette Chase. And still breathing. That is so cool. Okay. All right, before we get back to the chat, let's let you folks know about our final 3 episodes for Season 4, which we will finish sometime tomorrow. One of them is called Greer Window, which aired March 15, 1969. Then the other one is a 2-parter. One is called The Not So Great Escape Part 1, which came out March 22nd of 1969, directed by Don Adams himself. And then the second part of that, which aired March 29th, 1969, and is the final, as I said, episode of season 4. So we are going to cover those 3 final episodes of that season, and then we'll take a break for a little bit of time until March 15th when we do our next MOPS project series, where we will talk with our friends Alice and Crazy Horse about Cats, the musical, the movie, the play, everything dealing with cats. That'll be March 15th. Then we will be off Sunday, March 22nd. We do have a date with our friends Adam and Lisa. That's Lisa with Travel with Lisa MH, and Adam, who also has his channel, Hidden Jackpots. And both Adam and Lisa explore. They're a couple. They're very cute. Very good looking couple and very good people. So we're going to hang out with them on March 22nd. That's a date. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, we're going to take some time off after I finish these next 3 episodes. But we will get back. Eventually, we will get back to finishing Get Smart entirely. And as I said, we still have 3 movies to finish to talk about after we do the 7 episodes, which came from 1995 with the new Get Smart, which featured Andy Dick and Elaine Hendricks, and of course, Don Adams and Barbara Feldon. So, yeah. So those are those 3. Okay. All right. So that's what we're looking forward to tomorrow sometime. All right. So let me close this out. Okay. We're back here to the chat. And again, Jim, you're welcome. And all right, Jim says everyone have a great night. Thank you, Jim. Get some rest, okay, buddy? Fam Toby said thanks for joining my stream. You're welcome, Toby. You're welcome. I'm going to rewatch it. Yeah. I saw some of the stuff you were going through with Luigi Mansion, 3. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Reminded me a lot of Mario World. Yeah, Super Mario World. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, you're welcome. I will check back with that for sure. There's another stream a friend of mine did too, and I gotta rewatch his stream. It's a very important subjects about disabilities and things like that. Yeah, so I want to watch that. That's from Deleted Scenes. Stephen Otten. He's a very wonderful gentleman, good friend. Yeah, Fam Toby says it's a very fun game. Yeah, I can believe you. I can believe you. You were having lots of fun with it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so quickly, let's thank Crazy Horse for coming in, along with Alice. Again, happy birthday, Alice. And then, of course, yes, we'll watch episode 7 and 8 tomorrow. Yes, for Starfleet Academy at 2 p.m. Eastern is a good time. Yep, Sir Lemon Pie was here. Thank you, Lemon. Commodore Productions 01, LLC, Mr. Jim's Landscape. Make sure, everybody I'm mentioning today, that you check out their channels, that you make sure that you, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the share button. And, of course, don't forget that ding, 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 the notifications bell. Okay. Let's see. And then we had Akeem. Thank you, Akeem, our very first ever subscriber to Mikey Sue's different channels, both Mikey Sue's 4 and this one, ChattyBloggerMS. So welcome, Akeem. Again, thank you so much, my friend. And Fam Toby. Thank you so much, Fam Toby, for being here yourself as well, my friend. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Okay. So with all that, lots of prayers out to all of our family. This is our 99th official video for our channel here for ChattyBloggerMS. So tomorrow when I do those final 3 episodes of season 4 here from Get Smart, that'll be our 100th video. And I will say something special about that. That'll be sometime, like I said, tomorrow on Monday. Okay. So with that, and we have 70... Sorry. So with that, whoops, lost something down there. Okay. I can't, okay, I can't reach it. Hold on. It fell right in between the nook and cranny I can't reach. Okay, where's my, nope, where's my back scratcher? There it is. My back scratcher will reach it. Okay. Fell down. It's on all your wires. Okay. There, I got it. Didn't want to see that. I'm big. Okay. All right. Oh, man. Okay. And my wife brought home a few snacks. All right, cool. All right. So as I said, by the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, may everybody here, all your families, and everyone here in the chat, and all 76 strong, because as we work together, we succeed. Where YouTube cannot break us up, where YouTube cannot do things to us. We succeed because we're strong together as a family. And that's what we are, not just subs, but a family. So 76 strong. So with all that, remember my beautiful wife who says, leave everything in God's hands. Where Brother Larry of Be Yourself Adventures always says, always be yourself. Where I say, remember, you'll never know where you're here or see me next. So don't forget to ring that dang bell. And which came from Matt and Jim, great brothers. And of course, peace. And from Mikey Sue's and from our beautiful cats, Moon Pie Deja Vu. And last but not least, and now the aisle's closed, from Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert at the Movies. My favorite nerd. Okay, so everybody take care of yourselves. We had 4 likes. That's awesome. Still have 1 person watching. That is great. I appreciate you all again for being here. Thank you so much to everybody that came out for our 16-year anniversary stream, as well as Jim's Landscape, his 63rd birthday. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody else that came out for that, especially. And we'll see you all tomorrow sometime later in the evening, I think, or afternoon. It will be at least after I watch the next 2 episodes with Crazy and with Jim, and probably Jason too, for Sci-Fi Nation, for Starfleet Academy. So after that's done, I might go ahead and do those last 3 episodes just after that's done. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, everyone, take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time on ChattyBloggerMS, which of course stands for Mikey Sue's. We love you all, and take care, and God bless everybody. We'll see you soon. And thank you again.